So, we got to thinking. State government was making these rosy claims about the benefits of using tax dollars to promote Michigan as a tourist destination.
We must significantly increase our advertising of this beautiful state.
Tourism is a big part of our economic development efforts.
My name is Michael Lefebvre. At the Mackinac Center for Public Policy, I research economic development programs by the state of Michigan and how they impact everybody, not just a favored few. Frequently, my colleagues and I find that the state's economic development programs are not as advertised.
Mike asked me about working with him to take a closer look at the state's Pure Michigan campaign. My name is Michael Hicks. I'm an economist at Ball State University, and I study state and local public finance.
The Open Road.
Many people are familiar with the Pure Michigan ads. They feature well-known voice of actor Tim Allen, a Michigan native. What they may not realize is the people who pay for the Pure Michigan ads are the taxpayers of Michigan.
And pay they do. In the last fiscal year, taxpayers spent $33 million on the Pure Michigan campaign, $261 million if you add up the 10 years the campaign has been in effect.
On ads for one industry, tourism, and paid by the people who may not have any connection to it.
I own a plumbing company. My customers aren't tourists.
I'm a car dealer, and I pay for my advertising.
Travel Michigan, the agency that runs the Pure Michigan campaign within the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, defends the spending because it claims we all benefit. The MEDC says for every dollar spent promoting the tourism industry outside the Great Lakes state, state government gets back $6.87 in tax revenue.
We thought this was worth examining, so the first thing we wanted to see was the methodology the state's consultant was using to make this calculation.
The MEDC hired a research firm, a company called Longwoods International, to determine the return on investment, a metric used widely in business. But we can't check the math because the vendor, Longwoods, says its process is proprietary, owned by them, even though Michigan taxpayers effectively paid for the work. There are other concerns about Longwood's research. Other states have hired the company to measure economic impact on tourism spending, and the results are almost universally positive.
So, not getting the state formula, we decided to do our own study, and we're releasing that methodology to the public so others can replicate our work.
That's what scholars do. We are an open book.
The equation we've used looks like this. It represents a number of variables, which we explain in the study, and we controlled for a number of factors like tourism spending in surrounding states. Here's what we found. 2 cents. For every dollar that Michigan spends on tourism promotion, our hotel and motel industry gets back 2 pennies. Maybe all taxpayers really do benefit from the $6.87 the state claims each tourism dollar raises in tax revenue. But again, we don't know how the state's consultants arrived at that figure.
There is a large opportunity cost to running the Pure Michigan program. Money spent on the program might be better spent elsewhere. Lawmakers should demand an independent, cost-benefit study with a clearly explained methodology. And if the work is contracted out, it should be done through an open bid process and overseen by the State Auditor General. That would be pure transparency.
From the sand-covered.
Who doesn't like to see beautiful images of Michigan? Taxpayers, however, work hard for their money. If Michigan is going to spend it on ad campaigns, it needs to make pure sense economically.